going 70 on the motorway. We're on cruise control. Everything's going perfectly. See the windmills. So many windmills. What is that? Is that a Nissan or a Toyota or something? 12 grand or something? 12 grand. Something like that. Can't remember. Land Rover Freelander with a trailer. Well, I'll put that rubbish off. And we've got a BMW, which looks pretty. It's a 70 plate. Jesus. Ugh. It's funny how grey's taken a comeback. Grey. Like grey is very popular now. It does look sort of contemporary and fresh and clean. I mean, grey was very common. I think it was because of the paint. Somebody going on holiday there, that's a cool outfit, that, isn't it? With the bikes on the back and that. Wow. God, that is amazing. You know, grey was very popular. It's probably because it was more expensive to make up better colours. So that's why so many BMC cars were grey. Mercedes nipping on there, but unfortunately he's not going to get very far. Because we're going to have to maybe drop the speed a bit here. Straight thing, we've been on cruise control. Maybe not. Maybe not. McMurray's haulage. Powering up the hill there. You can hear it under pressure. This means it's laden, doesn't it? Never forget the people that do all the hard work for us. Truck drivers, logistics, workers, you know, supermarkets, all these jobs, and just think about how useless politicians are. So what keeps us going is all these people working hard, and all these bastards that go to bloody parliaments and talk complete shit, come in with stupid crap. They're just a waste of space. It's the lorry drivers and the supermarket workers and the people doing these things. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have the life that we've got. So they're the ones that we should be singing about. These bloody bastards in that parliament. Scottish Parliament. And the bloody Westminster Parliament as well. The North, Glasgow. Thought that Mercedes was pulling off there. There's a weather warning on, but I think it's going to hit us about tea time. That's it. There's a guy walking past, said, "Whiskey bar seats." There's a guy said it was coming in about tea time. So I'll be home by then. These bloody wind farms. Try to keep a constant speed here without touching this thing too much. I'm going to have to slow it right down here. Yeah, we got a problem here. That's just into... I'm going to have to hit the brakes! Ah! Bastard, you've ruined my fucking cruise control! K&A Glover. Oh, it'll be on the speed limiter. 57. I'm doing 57. So the truck will have a speed limiter. That's why we're going downhill. And that's why you'll be flat out. Another one's probably picked up speed. So we're all sitting here stuck. Don't know when that thing's going to pull in. I mean, it's probably not a good idea to sit alongside it. But I mean, once they pull it in, I can get past the bottom. That's one of the things that happens with two lane sort of motorway, because they've got limiters. They'll hate watch out for the wind soon as well, won't they? The truckers. I think it's coming with rain and wind. Where are we now? Must be about here. No, where? What does that say? Services M74. I'm trying to remember the names of the places. I'm not sure if we're still in South Lanarkshire, I think. Not North Lanarkshire. It'll be like Wishaw and everything to the right. It's tricky. It's tricky when they pull out like, yeah, you know, you're just try to not. Right. I've all got it my way. This is 72. You have to back it down a bit. Parks of Hamilton. You're not really supposed to use cruise control when it's busy. It's 69. Hamilton, Motherwell, Wishaw, the North, Glasgow. The north, we're heading north to the north. Hamilton, Motherwell, Wishaw. We're going to have problems with the cruise control now, fucking definitely. We've got a Volkswagen right along my side. I was listening to Radio Scotland. Right, definitely going to have problems using it. I'm going to have to stop using the cruise control. It's too hopeless. It's hopeless. It's too much traffic. Yeah, there's this guy, Radio Scotland. He's a composer, right? So this is the problem. Is that van going to pull out? Right, so under lockdown, he found himself at home with his wife, and he decided it'd be great to write some music, which he did. That's his back of cruise control at 70. And then, so he starts talking away, right? And he was going, oh, I wrote this music and I realised we could have a much better way of life. So, what annoyed me about him was that he was being incredibly selfish. Because he's got a middle class life and a middle class existence, and he can sit around writing music and shit, and he's comfortable, he doesn't have to go and work, and he doesn't have this. So it's like, oh, we could have a different way of life, we could all be like this, and isn't it wonderful, we could all write music. And it's like, no, people have to go to work and they have to get in cars and go places to make money. So it's alright for you to come away with, oh, isn't this wonderful? This is working perfectly. I had a great time during lockdown myself, right? So I was doing drawings and paintings, walking and everything. I loved it. But the reality is, you need society to keep going, to pay for itself, to keep itself in the luxury it's accustomed to. So just like somebody who's got all the privilege, right, to sit there and go, oh, this is great, we'll change it to this. And that's only because he can only see his own selfish little lifestyle. You know, it's fucking got me really mad. Alright, I've got to go over to Stirling, M73. And a lot of these, that sums up a lot of these kind of green, the Scottish Greens and all these sort of Green or Green Party. They're actually well-off people. They're privileged people. And my own family, my brother, they're like that. They're Greens and all this sort of shit. But that's because their forefathers, or the Uddingston, we'll go and visit Nicola Sturgeon, have, worked hard to give them the infrastructure they have. It didn't just happen, It's just an incredibly narrow-minded outlook on it. That we can all just be so comfortable, and it's just totally neglecting to think about the harsh realities of it all, where it all came from. I'd like to have went into Uddingston actually, so you can find Nicola Sturgeon's house. Then that'd be a bit creepy, wouldn't it? Go like creeping on Nicola Sturgeon. Well, I should say one of our houses, of course. Still on cruise control. Probably gonna have to come off it. I don't know if I'm going to load this video. It's going to be difficult. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be too long. Well, I'll probably chuck it into my computer actually. Would it be easier loading it from the computer. Does that make any difference? Like loading it from the computer or loading it from a phone? I don't know, Ken. Stirling, Carden Bridge. So we're going uphill. You could probably sense it with the noise of the car. There's a Beetle and a Passat on truck. Yeah, it's just that a lot of these people, they're just full of themselves. I was talking to the composer guy, and he doesn't. It's just, I just would like people that have a bit of an understanding about what other people have to do. They can't, they're not middle class, or they haven't reached that position of comfort. So I think that's what got me so annoyed about that, and I actually switched it off because it was just. People have to have the ability to climb. If you're going to shut that off and they can't climb, they're fucked, aren't they? It's incredibly selfish to not allow people the wherewithal to improve their lives, and those that choose to do so should be able to do it without being restricted by some arsehole, say like preventing you from getting fuel for your car or something. That's what we're talking about. Or being able to run a car or buy a car to go and work. They just need a fucking shake, these bastards. Like they need to fuck off and shut up, actually. I mean, I'm not in the position where I'm in the position where I don't have to worry about a lot of things. I'm old. I'm in that age group now that not everybody is as settled as I am, but it's more difficult for young people to, and they've got somebody trying to stop them from getting around and everything because of their planet-saving bollocks. This isn't going to save the planet. Stop it! Sorry, I apologise. I've been rabbiting on about this a bit too much. And the political elite, they really need their arse kicked up. They really do. They really are useless arseholes. They're against the people. They're against humanity. If they want to die, they can go ahead and do it, but why should they expect other people to do it? Bastards, isn't it? Unbelievable. Yeah, I think we'll just pass this one. I'd love to do this in a Ford Cortina. Anyway, I'll be getting my Ford Granada out of the garage soon. I mean, out of the garage in the back garden. It's slow right down here. It said 50, but nobody seems to be bothering about that. That blue Volkswagen has been a bit of a pain in the arse there. Slowed down too much. Should have kept powering through. And then got in the fucking way. I've got a baby on board right enough. Probably neurotic. That's one of the other things that's going wrong with society is women having positions of power. And they're neurotic because they want to save the children. So what they don't realise is that you can actually destroy the children by saving them. You know, or masculinity. They want to destroy masculinity, or ostensibly they say that, but they don't really want to do that, of course. It's a bit tragic the way it's all panning out. So what's actually happening is that the men's spaces have been destroyed. And it's false impairment, what's it called again? Empowerment by a lot of women, the tick box types. Somebody's got to, fill in the gaps. Somebody's not pulling their weight. Somebody else has got to do the work. So give people jobs. Like Sturgeon's an example of that. She made a total arse of her job, and now she's wanting to be a victim. Good pain in the arse. I don't think we'll be able to use cruise control again, it's too busy. Hold in services. Cumbernauld, Castle Carry. Soon be home to Scotland. Already I'm home in Scotland. I always wanted to live in Cumbernauld. I've dreamt about it since I was an amoeba. It's the roundabouts that I like the most. And the concrete. There's a Zara Picasso. They must be quite good cars. I know the styling's pretty shit, but there's a lot of them still going about. For an old car, it's an 07. I mean, styling's not great, is it? I mean, Jesus, look at it. It's like a big poached egg. And this C4 looks a lot better. C4 Grand Picasso, C4 Picasso. Because I suppose the more modern cars are more sophisticated, which means they're more likely to break down. Which is why Zara Picasso won't have the same computer systems that this car's got, which means it's less likely to get scrapped because it's broken, because the mechanic doesn't know how to fix it, which is what's actually happened. Vauxhall there with no indicators. Just drifted across. Asleep in that car. It's something very small. So if you want to go to Kincardine Rest, Grangemouth, you turn left. We're going to Stirling. So we come off at the Bannockburn interchange, which is not far. That'll be Denny over there on the right hand side, which includes Ferguson Drive. What's this we got up here? The flashing lights. You see the landscape's changing now the further north we're getting. It's different. It's actually more like Wales here, which is a weird thing for me to say. That truck's not hanging about though, is it? It's got a big fucking huge digger on it. Loch Winnoch. I've stayed in Loch Winnoch. Yeah. It's down near Linwood. West. I was ran through that way, out to the west of Paisley. have to get home, feed the cat. It's coming up for 3 o'clock. Probably about 10 minutes from home. Climbing up through the bones of Scotland. It's like driving up the spine. And it's like you're going up. You do really feel like you're going up north. Stirling. Don't know what that road is we just went over. Which one is it? That's off the Denny Road. That road to the right, you can't see that. It's obviously, that's the road to Denny from Stirling. Is it? Aye, it is, aye. Yeah. You eventually head to Falkirk. Camelin. Here we are, coming off to Stirling, the A91. Car in front's braking. You don't need to do that. I don't know why they're doing that. And I'm not braking. My car's heavier than that. So they're driving like fannies. And it's going to be probably be a pantomime getting off here. They're braking all the way down there. I just don't get that at all. Why? You're riding on the brakes. Okay, you've got a baby on board, but that doesn't make you say you drive like an idiot, does it? See it, Attica. I could have been naughty and went in the outside lane and passed on him, lot, but I decided that because I was filming that it wouldn't be a good idea. Land Rover. That's an old one. That looks like what, 60s? The 1960s. I don't need to go to Home Bargains. We'll go there. I think I've used about half a tank of diesel on the trip. I wonder if they still get roadworks down here. Oh, I just remembered about that. There's roadworks up at that was a few days ago. I don't know if it was at what fibre band, broadband or whatever it was. Because I could actually turn right here. Let's just hope that they're not there. The roadworks is gone. Oh, you tit. You tit. The roadworks have not gone. I could have actually made a right mess of that, didn't I? Oh dear, that was the wrong decision. Should have went another way. Should get through this time though. I don't think it'll be. Maybe not. I'm blocking the friggin' road as well. See that? If you don't plan ahead. If I had thought about that, I would have turned right back down that. I would have actually went another way. There's another way. Fucking hell, the queue's miles. I don't think you can get through going to the right. Can you? I don't think so. Maybe you can. Maybe we should have turned right there. Yeah, that was a bit of a dumb manoeuvre. I have to say so myself. Apologise for that. I mean, how do you keep track of roadworks? Like, you know, like you see roadworks somewhere and you go away for a week, you come back and it's just still there. Like, do you have to go and find out what it is they're actually doing? Go speak to them? Say how long you're going to be here? You know? And here's the blue lights. What is it? Oh fuck, that'll make it even worse. Even worse. Jeez, it looks a bit busy around here, eh? Oh, this fucking, what are they doing? I bet you it's some crap they'll be doing. There'll be something to do with destroying life for the motorist. Won't it?